Page 12, Samba Time. It looks like it's 2 pages long, but with all the repeats and things going on, it's a lot longer than that. But we only have to learn 2 pages worth of stuff, huh? Looking over treble and bass clef, 4/4 time signature. We got 1/8 notes all over the place and quarter notes and whole notes. We can handle that, I hope. Let's take a look at one hand at a time, make sure we understand what each hand is doing. Now you'll notice the first measure only has 3 beats in it. So that means we're coming in on beat 2. Well, there's got to be another beat somewhere. Well, if you look at the end, bottom of page 12, there's 1 beat in that measure. So that's it. So that's beat 1 and the rest of them at the beginning. Then when you get to page 13, the second line on that first measure, there's only 3 beats in that. That's another pickup measure. It's another section. So each section is getting its own pickup measure. But if you look at the end, there's 1 beat in it. So it all works out. So there's 4 beats total. The right hand starts here. And you're crossing over for 1 note. And I'm going to connect everything for now. I'll put in all the staccatos in that later. Right now, just connect it. 1 and 2 and 3. The thumb comes down. 1 and 2. And that's tied for 5 counts. And then again. Let's go on to page 13, second line. You're still here in the same position. That's tied for 5 counts, and then go on. That's tied for 5 counts. Isn't this fun? Thumb comes down here, and then okay, so much for the right hand. Left hand, starting out here. Just, oh goody. It's going to be fun. Second line, 1 and 2. Just crossing over for 1 note. You got to get to where you can do this without looking at the keyboard too. You can feel that. Let's go to page 13. Second line, second measure. F sharps, 1 and 2. Remember, the sharp's good for the rest of the measures, so all those F's are sharp there. And then the next line, you come down here, 1 and 2. And then a measure later, you back up here. Okay. And the last line, last couple measures or so, you back down here. Okay, well, you're just moving around a little bit. Put the hands together. And when I first put the hands together, I hesitate all over. I don't care. I'm just trying to get that where they go together. And here, these go together. See? And then here, same thing. Lift up. So much for that. Page 13, second line, you're here. 1 and 2 and 3. Down here. That's basically what you're doing. So once I have the hands working together, then I go back through and I get rid of the hesitations. You can go slow, doesn't matter. No hesitations anywhere. It's a steady beat throughout the whole piece. And then I think about the articulation. Staccatos are going to be short, flexing here. The accent with a staccato is just a little extra. It's just short. Now you're connecting it here, second line. Staccato, accent. Connect it. Okay. Page 13. Well, the end of the first line, they're just accents. Okay, second line, you're connecting this. Lift up. Lift up. So there's a little bit of silence here. That's the articulation. And you don't have to go that fast. You take it at your speed, but put in the accents and staccatos and stuff. And then I think about the dynamics. Goes to the melody with P, piano soft. That makes the accent and note sort of a medium soft, just for that. And it's both hands. Then when I get to page, well, Page 13 at the end, the first line at the end is fortissimo. I don't need accents on fortissimo. That's silly as far as I'm concerned, because an accent takes it up a notch from where you're at. For piano, it does. See, different instruments, the accent means slightly different. So on piano, you either play them very loud or you play them loud with accents. Same difference. Play it very loud. Okay. Then second line, moderately loud here, here, and as I'm doing this, I want to hear that. Don't drown it out. So this has to be a little softer. That's the melody. And then I think about the speed. Allegro moderato, they're mixing them again. Well, have fun with it. What can you play accurately and evenly on these eighth notes? However fast you can do those, don't get carried away with it. No, that's way too fast. It has to bounce along. You can go a little slower than that if you want. It's up to you, but make it accurate. And it's the same speed throughout, pretty much. Now, as far as where do we go when, and some other little changes they've stuck in here. You see at the bottom of page 12, you have a first and second ending combined. They can do that. They can combine endings. At the top of page 13, then you have a third ending. So there's a repeat sign at the end of the first and second ending. So what we're going to do is we're going to play the first ending, which is the last couple measures or so of page 12. You can play that. And we're going to repeat back to the beginning. And there's a note at there, second time only, both hands 8 VA. Well, isn't that fun? So you're going to come up here. Both hands are going to here. Well, there's no rest or anything. So the beat's got to be steady. So you're ending it at the here. Leave the left hand where it is. Get the right hand up here and get it going. And as you're doing this, then you can get the left hand up. So you're moving one hand at a time. So at the bottom, the first ending. And as I'm doing this, so I'm just moving one hand at a time here. And then I go all the way down and I do the second ending, which is the same as the first ending, except you don't repeat it. We're only going to repeat it one time. And they put it in a note, second type to next strain. You don't need the note. It would just work out that way. You just repeat it one time. And then so when you do the second ending, you go on. Well, we're not going to do the third ending yet. We're not ready there. So we have to skip the third ending. We skip any other endings and go on. So now we're going to the page 13 second line, and we're going here. You end it here. Second time at the second ending, then you're up here. And going on to the second line on page 13, we're down here. Both hands, you're back to where you were. Well, again, the left hand's not playing. So just get the left hand out of the way and focus on getting the right hand where it goes. Here. And as you're playing the right hand, you can get the left hand in spot. And then you go down to the bottom. There's a repeat sign. Sends you back to the reverse repeat sign at the second line. There. And there's a note there. Second time, right hand 8 VA. So when you finish the bottom down here, repeat, the right hand goes up to here. But the left hand just goes where it goes, normal, which is here. So I'm here, I'm going to move the right hand first, get it going, and then move the left hand. Here. Then when we get down to the bottom again, there's a DC al fine. Isn't this lovely? Well, remember, DC means go back to the beginning. Don't ask questions, just go to the beginning. So now we go back to the beginning for the third time and play this. And this time we go through, play it where it's at, and we play the third ending, which is at the top of page 13. So You don't play the first and second innings again. You played them, you're done with them. We skip over to the third inning and finish it up. And you're playing it right where it's written too, because the note at the beginning is second time only. Well, that's when you repeat it. That's the second time. It's I mean, they save a lot of space when they print it like this. It just makes it tricky to figure out where you're going when. And a lot of music does this. Let's play this together very slowly and double check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to do any dynamics, but I'll do the staccatos and slurs, and we're going to do all the repeats and all the moving the hands around the whole bit, the whole thing. So I'm going to give us 5 counts, a full 4 counts plus 1, because we actually come in on beat 2. So, yeah. 1 and 2 and 3 and ready and go and 1 and repeat. to the third ending. Rest, rest, and